Hey everyone, this is Dimitri Pargamonic with MarketChameleon.com. In this video, I wanted to talk about news and how to scan for news when you're trading, different types of stocks, and maybe potentially looking for trading ideas or looking for any type of news that may impact your trading decision in the stocks that you follow. And I'm going to go down here to this news scanner here, and what this is, it's ordered by time. These are different press releases issued by public companies throughout the day, and they're really a lot of different press releases throughout the day. And what you want to do is look through these press releases, because a lot of times companies will announce either some information, financial information, or important dates in the future that could really impact the price of the stock, or help you with your trading decision. So when you have all these news coming out, it's impossible to read every single press release. And a news scanner is a tool that allows you to really focus in on the important or critical information that you're looking for. So before I'm going to use some of these different filters up here, let's just take a look at some of the hot buttons that you may want to use. And for example, maybe you're looking for today's bullish movers and what type of news is coming out on bullish movers. So these are stocks that are up on the day by at least 1% or more. You could sort them by percent change, and then you could just take a look at the headlines or open up and read about the news that's impacting this stock. And this allows you to at least see what's making the stock move. Do you think there's more potential to go up? Are there perhaps similar stocks that might be impacted, or is the price move overdone based on the news that they were releasing? You could also do the same thing with bearish movers. Take a look at what stocks are going down and what are the press releases that are making the impacting the stocks negatively. If you just want to look for just news in stocks that you recently searched, you could press that. So nothing came out today so far. I'm going to go back to the any and just sort it back by time. And let's take a look at how we could use some of these keywords and filters to really narrow down on other news events that could be critical to the stock price. And up here, of course, if you're just looking for symbols, you could just type in the symbols, like here's Facebook, then comma Amazon. They'll start popping up, comma Microsoft. They'll just start popping in, and you could look for news in specific stocks that way. I'm going to clear this symbol here. And then if you have a watch list already created, you could just monitor what the news is in stocks in your watch list, or here's all my watch lists, and it'll start popping in just news in your watch list. I'm going to clear that out as well right now. And then let's move to what type of keywords we might be looking for. And I'm going to start out, besides looking for specific keywords, sometimes you might want to exclude articles or exclude press releases that might be noisy, and you want to take them out. So a lot of the times, if you're watching press releases, you'll see class action lawsuits, and these could be very noisy because they keep filling up your news screen, right? So they'll just keep bombing class action. So if you want to take those out, just type in here class action, and this will remove all the press releases that have class action in them. Or you could also say, like, alerts, investor alerts. This will take it out, and this will give you a cleaner news scroll. I'm gonna just leave that in there for now, and let's look for maybe certain types of keywords that we think are important to our trading. Now, there are different types of keywords, and you could create groups. Like, for example, if you're looking for maybe keywords that could be a catalyst for a big move, right? So like something like, here's earnings. So it'll look for earnings over here. So here's earnings release dates. You could open it up, find the date of the next earnings. you could also look for maybe dividends if you're looking for specific dates. So this will do earnings and dividends. So over here, it'll just highlight for you where it's talking about dividends. Maybe dates like in biotechs, PDFA, right? So then it's going to look for any press releases that contains PDFA. So let's just I'm going to take out the earnings for now. You're not relating. Let's just look for PDFA. So look, for example, I'll open this up, and over here we see that here's an important date for this biotech, December 24th, 2019. There's going to be an FDA action date, and you could read a little bit more about that, but that's a potential date that the stock can experience a big move depending on what happens that day. Now, besides important dates, maybe you're also looking for certain types of events. And I don't mean by conferences, but sometimes stocks will announce, like, we're doing a secondary offering, and that could impact the stock, right? Because they need to raise money for some reason, and they're going to issue more stock, so they're diluting investors. So you could look at, I'm just going to put up offering here and take a look at what comes up. So let's see if here's offering. Maybe we could do like public offering instead. So public offering over here. So here's one. They're gonna sell some stock, $10 million worth, public offering, common stock, and you could read about it here. So that potentially they need to raise money. That could dilute the investors, and that might make that could weigh in on your decision, right? What do they need the money for? What are they doing? And that could be important. And like, for example, if you do public offering, secondary offering, and you want to make that into a group, right? You could just save it over here, save new preset, give it a name over here, save it. I already did that over here, so let's just take a look. I did secondary offering, so here it's just going to pop up my saved keywords, and now I could look through really quickly. Well, why is this up 13%? They are making a public offering. You could look through it and maybe make a decision, like, is it overdone? Can that public offering, can that weigh in on the stock in the future? So I'm going to close that over here and clear this out. Of course, if you're looking for stocks, you also have the ability to look for any things like maybe movers that are low cap stocks, let's say under 100 million. Look for bullish movers or bearish movers. You could also look for high cap stocks if you only look for very high cap stocks, let's say over 20 billion. I'm going to clear that out, or maybe stocks that are part of a certain grouping, like the Dow Jones or the S&P. So you could really quickly do that and see what's going on within like maybe the financial sector, and see if there's any big movers and what type of news is coming out that may impact other stocks within that group. I'm going to clear this out really quickly. So what type of other keyword searches can you create, or what type of other groups? I just kind of wrote down a little cheat sheet here. So for example, maybe you're looking for negative impact words, right? Like SEC investigation, dividend suspended, CEO transition, maybe litigation. Maybe there's something within the press release where the CEO says they're disappointed with something. So what are they disappointed with? Were certain sales were they disappointed with certain sales with a certain product? How critical is it? So these would be over here your potentially negative impact words. Then you could have keywords that could be potential catalysts in the future, like earnings release, PDFA, new drug application, clinical trials, conferences. Is the stock going to have any type of conferences coming up that maybe the CEO or somebody's presenting? That could be an important date. Annual meeting. Are they talking about top line data or pipeline? There should be an E over here. Or you could look for news that are specific to an industry that's important to you. Let's say you have a watch list of, like, Netflix and Facebook and Twitter and Disney. Well, a lot of their business is dependent on subscriptions, right? So you could create a watch list and you want to see, did they say anything about their subscriptions, right? So let's just take a look really quick here and see how that would look. Let's say subscriptions, and that could be important information. So let's see, like Roku over here, did they say anything about about their subscriptions? So premium subscriptions over here. I don't know if you'd have to go kind of see every word that there's a subscriptions, and what are they saying about their subscriptions? Are they going up? Are they going down? Because certain industries, certain stocks, subscriptions are important. Let's take a look at maybe rig count, same store sales. So there are a lot of different keywords that you could look for and create, and that kind of gives you in a time limit, right? You don't have to go through reading every single press release, because if you want to focus in on certain keywords that are important to you, then you could use this tool to really quickly narrow it down, by stock, by keyword, you could do by group, by market cap, or you could exclude certain keywords and just look at what's coming out, what type of press releases are coming out that are just important in your watch list. So hopefully this was helpful. Thanks everyone for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.